Blackstone presents The Lockhart Plot: Love, Betrayal, Assassination, and Counter-Revolution in Lenin's Russia, by Jonathan Schneer. This book is read by Traber Burns. A note to readers. The Lockhart plot was a conspiracy developed by British, French, and American agents during the spring and summer of 1918, when the outcome of World War I still hung in the balance. Its aim was to murder the Bolshevik leaders Vladimir Lenin and Leon Trotsky, to overthrow their recently and precariously established communist regime, and to install another that would continue the war against Germany on the Eastern Front. The men and women who planned it, and those who thwarted them, worked in the shadows for obvious reasons. They exchanged no letters, or only innocuous ones. They wrote no incriminating diary entries, and at least on the British, French, and American sides, they received no government instructions directly explaining what was to be done. Of course, there is a documentary record, but it contains no smoking gun directive proving that any Allied government ordered its agents to overthrow the Bolsheviks. Perhaps the record has been vetted, that is to say, sanitized. But also, in 1918, Allied governments feared that the Bolsheviks had broken their ciphers, and therefore they wrote to their agents with great circumspection. Sometimes the agents wrote back with equal guardedness. When they wrote frankly, they often did not understand their own position or motivations, so murky and freighted was the situation. There may be much pertinent and significant material in the archives of the Russian secret police, today known as the FSB, but it is not available to Western researchers, nor have Russian scholars quoted it much, and what they have quoted is hardly revelatory. Of course, there are contemporary newspaper reports, but the historian must use them cautiously. Compounding difficulties, once the plot had been broken and became public knowledge, the protagonists who wrote about it did so for self-interested reasons. Their accounts are all unreliable. Lockhart, in his memoirs, entirely denied responsibility for the plot, which is what the British government wanted of him. Conversely, the self-aggrandizing Sidney Riley, history's ace of spies, claimed primary responsibility for it, quite falsely. On the Russian side, the only major figure to write about the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?